Welcome back to Cinema Flicks Music Picks. I'm Davey, your host with the most, the beast with the least. The least I can do today is continue with our album retrospective of 2022, the year that was and the albums that were. This will be the third time that I've discussed this album. There was once on here with Modern Review, and then on Sea of Tranquility, Pete asked me, Simon Bray and Stephen Reed to join him to review it. And now there's this for the end of the year, best of at joint number 6. It is of course Kickstart the Sun by Cats in Space. They also get bonus points for finally bringing out a beanie. As a beanie-holic, a beanie baby if you will, this was a nice Christmas gift to myself. Where to begin, because this is a sprawling epic of mammoth proportions, as most epics are. So, new singer came along, Damien, with the last album, Atlantis, and that was just, new singer syndrome. Oh, is it going to be the same? Yeah, well, no, it's not the same. It's better, actually. It's better. And the albums that came before, The Scarecrow and Narnia, and they were just wonderful as well. So it's really one of those bands who they've not done a bad album yet. They've not even done a remotely bad album yet. And then when they announced that they're doing their first proper old school double album, that can be a bit of a stumbling block, can't it? That's where is there going to be filler, or are you gonna maybe have taken on a bit more than you can chew. No, these cats have got a massive appetite, so they can chew plenty. This is an old school double record. Don't think of this as just being a lot of music. This is a double album. First of all, Andy Kitson, and get well soon, Andy. Look at that bloody album art. Andy's absolutely amazing. And then when you open it up to get, excuse me, get the booklet out so it doesn't give me the tears, but look at that. Physical media is better, bumper stickers should be issued. And then you get Kickstart the Sun. It's a worldwide mission. So as always, beautifully presented, with Andy's stunning artwork. The band here are on top form. Greg and Damien and co. Like I've said for everything on this countdown, all that, lovely album art, deciding to do a double, having reviewed it before, would be as nothing if the music wasn't worth it ultimately, or didn't stand up after the initial excitement of, was it 6-7 months later now that this came out. Boy, I've re-listened to it again in the past few days just to make 100% sure, and yeah, it is that bloody good. There are tracks on here that take them a little bit forward in terms of Cats always wear their influences in their sleeve. Your Queens, Styx, ELOs, classic rock from the 70s, right? Foreigner in places, definitely. But the way I describe them is, imagine all those bands that you loved, and they had their first few albums that were great, and then here comes the MTV generation, and all these bands all of a sudden lost their balls and started making power ballads, and they went really corporate to try and fit in, and you just gave up on them, your Chicago's and the like. Imagine a band who jumped that whole era, and it's as if we've just plucked a band from 1975, 76 and put them into 2022 in this case, or 2020 in the last album, the last 10 years. It would be Cats in Space. There's no corporate shell 80s slump with Cats in Space. Everything sounds like they know because they do, exactly how to do everything that they were inspired by in the first place, but it never sounds derivative or tribute act, or that they have nothing new to bring to the game as well. So they do throw in little tidbits here. You get the cash register ping from, the Are You Being Served theme tune, but also Money by Pink Floyd. You get the vocoder from ELO's Mr. Blue Sky. But on top of that, you get a wonderfully fresh, dazzling production. It sounds incredibly modern. It sounds like someone's gone back in time and just produced your favourite band from 1976 now with modern technology. But it never sounds, as I said, like they've just said, let's just do 1976. It's very much no, we know it's not the mid-70s, but that's the music we like. We're the classic rock bands who just weren't actually there when it was classic. We were kids then, but we're skipping being the legacy part, so we'll keep our relative youth, but we'll move on to just being absolute masters of our craft. And that will be very necessary as the years go by. The next decade there'll be a lot more acts, unfortunately, who are going to retire and, worse. We won't go into that unpleasantness. But to highlight a couple of songs here, Poke the Witch, phenomenal, so hooky. Hooky describes pretty much most of this, but I heard it on the news, it all seems crazy. Teenage Millionaires follows that. You get some Goodbye to the American Dreams, one of the coolest tracks on there. That sounds different from anything they've done before. Charlie's Ego has a great part in it that sounds a little bit like when Ray Davies would break down in a song and do his London accent, like in stand-up comic, like, what do you think of it so far? Rubbish! I knew you'd say that. So it's got a little bit of that aspect to it, a little bit of vaudeville, end of the pier stuff, but only for a little bit. Poor old Charlie's Ego. The title track itself, phenomenal. But then you get like Last Dance Saloon is probably the most ELO-esque on here, and Bootleg Bandoleros is expansive and it's the closest they get to. Prog almost sounds like a dirty word to some people. I don't mean all of a sudden they've turned into Closer to the Edge, era Yes. I mean, it sounds a more progressive type of pop rock than this, and Bootleg Bandoleros kind of symbolises that. And just to show you that it is a double album, they do have the title track is done as an intro and a reprise at the end. So just phenomenal stuff. Greg produced it, the lead guitar player, songwriter and whatnot. But yeah, everybody on top of the game here. I don't know how much I can really add because, again, I've reviewed it on this channel when it came out. I've reviewed it with Simon, Pete and Stephen on Sea Tranquility. And on that episode, Pete, who doesn't really rank out of 5 on the YouTube channel, asked us all to rank it a 5 and we all gave it 5. That's 20 out of 20. Simon never gives 5 out of 5s. Ever. And he gave this a 5 out of 5. Kind of tells you all you need to know. So yeah, it's in Cats Around Sound, recorded in Cats Around Sound, and well recommended. If you have not heard the Cats in Space, don't be put off by thinking the title of the band's a bit of a novelty. Don't be put off by the motif of the spaceship in the shape of a cat. It's not a novelty act. There's fun, but there's a difference between fun and novelty. Okay. Just again, all those bands that I named: Queen, ELO, Styx, Foreigner, Blow Up at Magnum. And the best comparison I can make is if this is ELO's New World record, then this is Out of the Blue, the amazing double album that followed it and showed that whoa, we thought they were already going some serious cool places. This is taking them, as we can see there, right into the universe. Right in, and causing trouble by the looks of it. So here's to many more, and may they cause trouble on planets yet unseen and undiscovered. I understand that's them for the year in terms of writing and whatnot, and taking some time off. Well deserved, because they've battered in post-COVID and played plenty of shows, promoted the heck out of this. And, they gave us beanies at last, beanies. So, I'll put a couple of tracks as usual in the comment section below, but if you even like remotely the sound of what I've described today, and you don't know the Cats, trust me, just trust me, huh? Come on, it's me. Would I lie to you? Anyways, stay very safe out there, and until tomorrow, love and mercy, my dears. Love and mercy.